Okay, so I'm here with Bryce in person, the real Bryce Lorino, not the fake one. And we're talking about his 89 300 TE. So this is the first time I've had like an 88 or 89 300 TE in the shop. And I'm really curious, like, what made you gravitate towards the early 124 estate?
My dad had an 85, 86 190E. I loved the interior. Obviously, I was a young buck. It brought memories back of that beautiful Mercedes interior. But I started wanting to get into a classic car. I kind of surfing, and the wagon journey was something I wanted to get into. And I just liked that model. I wasn't a 123 wagon fan. I just thought the 124 had a little bit more technology, was a little bit more refined in its own way. That 86, 87 to 95, I guess their stint was. And it just really pulled me. And when I started looking, it just grew and grew, that love and the look of it, the front end.
You know what that design philosophy is called, right? It's called Sakoism, after Bruno Sacco. And it's interesting because so you could argue that like the W201 and the 124 were like the purest manifestation of Sakoism, where Sacco did a very good job blending classic Mercedes design cues with modern car styling. And ultimately the problem is with every philosophy is it's going to reach a high point where it reaches peak refinement, and then it's going to taper off. And so Sakoism, I think, peaked like with the first generation 124. You know, some people might argue the second gen. Go on.
Did I get that right? The wagon before mine?
That's the 120.
That's the 123.
Yeah, okay. For some reason, like all Mercedes people, like eventually just come to acquire the nomenclature, you know. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about this car. So you told me that this was a one-owner car?
Yes.
That's really impressive. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the guy who owned it.
Well, it was a gentleman in Malibu. I think he got it from Santa Monica, Malibu. I found it on Craigslist. I ran down there, dealt with another guy that was helping him out. He was an older gentleman. And it was down there his whole life in Malibu. And I went down, it was covered, it had some heavy floor mats, some blankets over the seat, he had a dog, and it was dirty. The rims were classic, they were all black from the brake dust. And I'm like, oh,
this guy was using his car.
It was being used, and it sat for a little bit, had some leaks. But I saw through it, it was the black with the Palomino.
Which is really sharp. The black dash. Imagine you like. I was expecting the first one to show up in my shop to be like a white on blue car,
white on blue,
or like a silver on gray.
Those were pretty much
MV-Tex car, you know.
So I just wanted it, and it had its leaks, had its multiple leaks.
Typical, yeah.
And I grabbed it. I paid cash for it there, and I drove it home. And the muffler was my wife's driving behind me, texting me, something's wrong with the muffler in the back. It's pretty low and bouncing around, the little rubber donuts. And I just started working on it. And when I kind of peeled everything back, the blankets, the floor mats, waxed, cleaned the rims, it was in really great condition.
Did you have those rims redone?
No.
Wow.
Yes, that's...
Impressive.
I did put the little Mercedes cap.
Yeah, but still,
overall,
the fact that like the wheels actually like turned out that good is really impressive. I mean, you must have been scrubbing on those things for hours. So tell me about your process of rehabbing the car, because I think a lot of people like they buy a 124 and they don't understand that there's like some work they have to do in a time frame. So
it's wild. I did not really know anything. You know, he popped the hood and I didn't know what I was looking at. If I knew what I know today, obviously, I just would have been under it in so many different ways and understood the leaks that was happening.
You had to do a head gasket, right?
I had to do yes, the main head gasket leak. It's oil typical. Pan, tranny, I had all the leaks I had. So I just started learning, and it was an eBay thing, it was online, it was forums, and then I found... You
had to hunt for a lot of very hard to find parts.
The hydraulic hose, I found an original in Germany, which...
Yeah, those things have been gone for a while.
Yeah, it was redone. It had blown years back. It was making a noise. It didn't have the original little hookups, I guess.
Right, and there are little balls inside to dampen the sound of the hydraulic.
8 months trying to find out what's making this buzzing sound. So that was a journey. Yeah, but I learned and I learned and I learned. I found a great mechanic, or actually two, in Los Angeles that, you know, obviously would give the time, love Mercedes, love the classic car journey. And I just grew from there, and I learned a tremendous amount, and I loved every minute of it. Sometimes it was stressful, you know, certain things, certain noises, how far am I going to go in on this thing? But in the end, it turned out to be a great car, great everyday driver.
Right, which is one of the things with the 124, like, they make dead reliable daily drivers.
Drives great. It drives great. So I came to Florida. I was reluctant to ship it over here, and I did some research.
Well, we'll see how you
and it took a little bit. I didn't find you right away. It took a little bit, but I got the YouTube channel.
Well, anyway, this is, you know, it's not necessarily about me. It's just about giving the car like a good life, you know.
You're the first one to take it since it's been over. So
thank you. Well, you know, one thing I want to say about early 124. So, like, most of my customers, sort of like 123 owners, like people who own early 124s, like 86 to 89 cars, tend to really like them a lot. And about half of them that we service are diesel, and about half are gasoline. What do you think makes this car stand out from like a newer Mercedes?
Well, first of all, I think the year. I mean, right? I think at '95 when this car ended and went to the new model. I think it's at '95 and before. They just had that feel, that look, that design, that quality, and I like the 123s. I don't want to be. I know for sure. I'm a 124 guy, and there's no way. I like that.
No, but I mean, mostly like comparing the 124 to like the later cars, like the 210 and the 211.
Yeah, the 210. I just something went ornery there. I don't know what that was. It just didn't go right.
Well,
96, 97, 98. It just changed a little bit. There was something, I guess, a tone or something was just got. I misfired a little bit.
Yeah, I think
I don't know. I don't want to put it
I think you're right too, because I think that they were trying to preserve the classic Mercedes look with those cars. But the problem is that the 124. So the 124 was still a natural evolution of the 123. Now, some big differentiators are like the difference in the headlight, like round headlight versus square headlight. But if you look at a Euro market 123, square Euro headlights, just so you know.
Yeah.
And but. I mean, I think it's interesting because, like, you look at a 124, right? Even today, doesn't look like a 35-year-old car.
No.
Okay, what were you going to say?
No, it doesn't. You're right. That's so funny because I want to get the collector blue plate, the Florida blue plate, and I've been on the fences because I'm like, does it look like an old enough car to put that on there?
No, it doesn't. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why Sakoism...
But it is. I mean, it's 30
It is, right. It is, but it isn't.
Old.
That's why Sakoism was so brilliant, because he did not lose the Mercedes look. Like, even though he modernized the design so much. And I mean, some of you know me, like, on some ways, like, I've complained about things in the 124, like how the door panels don't attach very well, and like things like the head gaskets and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's still an analog car.
Yeah, very analog.
No transmission control unit, no injection control unit that'll shut your engine down. You know, that's one of the
drives great. Great driving car.
Drives like a Mercedes and not like a cookie cutter car.
Yeah.
How many miles have you put on it since you got it?
I have not put much. 30,000.
That's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
respectable.
Yeah, it was in LA. Everything was close. I had my studio and home. Just going out to Malibu to surf was the only miles really pushing on it.
30's good though.
Yeah.
Great. Well, anyway, thanks, Bryce, for bringing your car in.
Appreciate it.
I want to let you know that I'm really proud of you for preserving this early 124 estate. And we at Pierre Hedary are proud to have you here.
Hey, thank you for everything. It's been a great day.
And if you guys want to come visit with your car, we'll get you on camera too. In the meantime, do what it says on my shirt. And tap the bell for notifications. And in the meantime, also leave your comments below. If you like Bryce's early black on Palomino 124 that he basically rescued from an apathetic but original owner. And, share your love about your own rescue cars below. And Bryce, I'm looking forward to talking to you in 30,000 more miles.
That's right. Thanks a lot, guys. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Love it.
That's pretty awesome.